Welcome to Professor Jim Rock's Math, Porter County College of Morris in Randolph, New Jersey. And we're talking, this is the second video regarding graphing. Okay, this is graphing for basic math, basic algebra. Okay, we already went over points and coordinates and all that in the first video. Okay, so the second video, we have our graph, we have our x-axis and our y-axis. Okay, a lot of times they give us an equation, we have to figure out what numbers are for x, y, and then show them on the graph or plot them. Plotting is showing things on a graph, okay, we get that. All right, so I made up a little grid here. All right, when x is 0, here's our equation, y equals 2x plus 3. Also known as equation of a line. Okay, because this will be a line on the graph. Last time we took a bunch of points and showed them on the graph, but didn't make a line. So now we're making a line. Okay, for those of you who use my math lab, once this is done, the best way it seems to use my math lab is to take one set of points and place it on the graph, and then the line will show up, and then you move that line to the second point that we calculate, and then it'll stay in place instead of spinning around like a propeller. Yes, I tried it a few times, and yes, it spun around like a propeller, yeah. No one ever told me how to use my math lab. Well, they had a little workshop on it, but they didn't go into major specifics. Okay, anyway, so I kind of learned it as I went along, as everybody else does. Okay, all right, x is now 0. Okay, with x being 0, this is our equation of a line, y equals 2 times 0 plus 3. Okay, so y equals 2 times 0 plus 3. Well, anything times 0 is 0, we know that. And y winds up being equal to 3. So we write in at 3. And usually they put these square boxes in the little grid here. Okay, so we'll fill in the boxes. And once we fill in the boxes, then we'll show the line on the graph. Okay. All right, next thing. Y is now 0. Okay, y is equal to 2x plus 3. If y is 0 equals 2x plus 3, then we have to start moving the numbers around a little bit because y is hanging out on the left-hand side by itself as 0. So we'll move the 3 over as a minus 3. So we get minus 3 equals 2x. We know from algebra we can divide by the coefficient of 2 in this case, and 2 over 2 is 1. So x is minus 3 halves. All right, minus 3 halves. Okay, the other two are much easier. We don't have to play around with y. Y is just going to be our answer. Okay, when x is 1, 2 times 1, 2 plus 3, 5. Nice and easy, right? Plug in a 2 for x. 2 times 2 is 4, 4 and 3 is 7. Piece of cake. We can all do that. No problem. Okay, here's our points. So if we did this by hand, we would just plot the points. All right, if we did it, and we'll do it by hand first. So x is 0, y is 3. That's on the y-axis. So that is called officially a y-intercept. Okay, when it's on the y-axis, it's a y-intercept. When it's on an x-axis, what is it? You know what it is. It's the x-intercept. Okay. All right, so the x-intercept is going to be minus 3 halves, so it's someplace over here. Okay, what else is remaining here? X is 1, y is 5, 5, and x is 2 and y is 7. That's there, connect the points. this axis goes to infinity, and the left side of the x-axis goes to negative infinity, the y-axis up on top goes to infinity, and the y-axis on the bottom goes to negative infinity. Okay, so that's how we show an equation of a line. Now, it doesn't have to be in that form, it can be in standard form. So this thing in standard form would look like that. X and Y would be on the same side. Okay, but the answer is going to be different because it's in standard form? No, the answers will be the same. So the answers are good. So what happens? Well, if it's in standard form, we have to juggle X's and Y's a little bit more than when it's a regular equation of a line. I happen to like equation of a line. You plug things in, you get an answer for Y in general, except for one of these, and it's all good. All right, we can take this and it can be all good too. Let's just do one of them. The answers are the same. So X is 0, right? Negative 2 times 0, it's still 0, right? You can even, if you're on a computer, you can put your finger over X or over Y when it asks for the opposite, letter. So here I can put my hand over X because it's written a little bit bigger. So Y equals 3, which is our answer, right? And then when Y is 0, if we put our hand over Y, so that's 0, minus 2X equals 3. We divide both sides by minus 2, 3 over minus 2, minus 3 over 2, minus 3 over 2, with the minus sign in the middle. All three of these things are the same answer. So we would get minus 3 halves. Just to double check, if it's written like this, or this, those are all the same. If you're on my math lab, they'll be particular. So they'll like, hold on, let me fix my drawing a little bit. They'll like the minus sign in the middle of the fraction. Okay. As I said, as I mentioned, the answers are all the same. If anybody wants any practice with this, you can send me an email to ProfessorJimRocksMath@gmail.com. Always feel free to do that. Any questions or any practice math, I'm not going to grade it. You don't have to worry about that. I will let you know what the answers are. I can send you the answers after a day or two after I send it out. And that'll be what we'll have for graphing. Graphing does get more complicated. We can go take a look at the slope and a few other things, and we'll do that in video number 3 for graphing. Okay, thanks for tuning in. I just wanted to give a little shout out to our sponsors. The Music Den has joined us as a sponsor in Randolph, New Jersey, on Route 10, 1030 Route 10 West. Of course, Luigi's Pizza in Roxbury Mall, Sakasana. And Olga Ciavos is also a sponsor. She's with Keller Williams Realty, officially Keller Williams Metropolitan in Morristown, New Jersey. Thanks for tuning in. See you in the next video.